All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Rise Zion. I hope you're all having a fantastic and a wonderful, terrific Tuesday. I didn't post a video yesterday because we're having some weird internet issues, and I also had some things to take care of. So I apologize because we didn't post a video, and I'm sorry. We try to post a video every day, but yeah, I posted it today. You might have been a little confused because I said I hope you're having a marvelous Monday, even though it's Tuesday. So I hope you're all having a great Tuesday. But yeah, we are here in our live stream. We're going to continue our painting of Captain Moroni. It looks like a lot of the paint is nice and dry, or at least tacky. And so we can continue adding additional details to the armor. I'll come over here so you can see what's going on. We've been sketching in the armor just the basic design. We're going to come in and add, some depth to it now, some form, and make it look like it's actual, 3D armor instead of just a sketch on the armor. We're gonna have a good time. I always appreciate you guys in the chat. Make sure to leave me questions. We're gonna start. We're gonna start here a question and answer session. You guys, ask me anything. Ask me anything. Start Q&A, and you can ask me anything, and we can talk about it and just have a good time talking about whatever topics that you guys would like to. It's kind of the purpose of these live streams. Just a fun way to, looks like I it looks like I deleted it by accident. Yes. Oh, hi Joanne. Joanne has joined us. Joanne Council, thank you for joining us. Yes, I do sell the paintings. They are available for sale at risezion.org along with t-shirts. If you'd like to pre-order a t-shirt, we sell prints of artwork as well. And what else do we have? We have available for sale also one music track so far. And I'm working on the second music track that was provided to us by LDS musician. And so, yeah, that's where we are. We have a website. We have risezion.org. We're getting everything set up so that we have a cool website. You can check that out and purchase different things and help support the channel. And we're providing a cool service at the same time. That's really what this live stream is about. So we can promote, the channel, but at the same time monetize. Because I don't want to put any important content behind like a paywall. So we just do these live streams in the evening just for fun, right? So that makes more sense, right? But yeah, we're going to continue our painting. Let's see, we've got 9 concurrent viewers. Looks like we can get started. Let me know what questions you have. I tried to start a question and answer session. Ask me anything. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, so anyone can ask me anything. I'm not really sure exactly how that works. It like starts a new tab. Looks like Jellybean has joined us. Hi, Jellybean, how are you? Okay, I'm doing pretty fine this evening. We are just a little bit overwhelmed with different things, but that's okay. We're just trying to do our best here, and we're figuring out things as we go, and that is okay. But I feel like it's a good thing to have the video scheduled in advance. As you'll notice, I have a video scheduled for tomorrow, because I didn't post a video on Monday, so I've got things scheduled in advance now. So that's one benefit of not having good internet for a day. We're able to get ahead a little bit. All right, so what are we going to do here? We're going to work on this. I guess we could continue working on the patterns in the armor. We haven't quite got everything figured out yet. I need a paper towel as well. I'm going to go get a paper towel, you guys. Just bear with me. I have it in the other room. We had a great time at the temple. I went early in the morning because I have lots of stuff to do. And so I'm very tired. And I feel like we got a lot of stuff done today, though. So that's good, at least. No, I think I let this paint brush get dry paint in it. Darn it. Darn. We did. It's got lots of paint in it. Thought I had cleaned all my paint brushes, but apparently I missed that one. There. All right. Well, I guess we'll just use the other paintbrush if I can find it. Yeah, I went to the temple and we had a great time. I had some interesting thoughts while I was there, which I thought I could share with you this evening if you're willing to listen. But one of the thoughts that I had was, well, I had several thoughts. But one of the things I was thinking about a lot was this concept of agency and how it relates to, part of the reason why we're here is to be tested. And it says in the beginning, to prove them herewith that they'll do all things that the Lord God commands them, something to that effect, right? And so that one of the things that I was thinking about is that, well, God already knows. And I think that the common conception a lot of people have is that we were sent to earth to be tested. That's true. But God already knows our heart. He already knows what we're going to do even before we know it. And so really we're proving to ourselves, and that's what is meant by being proved. So that was one thing that came into my mind. It looks like LDS Musician has joined us. Yes, I was able to download the tracks. Thank you for sending them to me. Yeah, I thought that we should start playing the music as well, LDS Musician. I'm still trying to get everything figured out with the tracks. I'm going to put them all together so that people can buy them all at once on the website. And then once we have that set up, then we can play it on repeat in the background on our live streams. Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much again, everybody, for sending me these different things and using your talents to help, make a more interactive experience for everybody. I really definitely appreciate that, and it's very helpful for sure. Now, let's see. I gotta pull up my here, babes or Babs 4576. 4576 says, hello, just barely subscribed a few days ago, even though I've seen probably at least 10 of your videos. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, how are you? I'm glad that you've joined us. I always am happy to hear from people. If you have any questions, let me know and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Yeah, what else happened at the temple? So that was one of the thoughts that I had, was that the reason why we're here is not so God knows if we'll do what he's asked us to do. It's so that we know and we understand ourselves. I don't know, maybe some people out there in the audience have a different opinion. Maybe they believe that God actually doesn't know what we'll do before we do it. And that is an interesting possibility too, because that, comes into play with agency. The question is, if God knows everything that we're going to do before we do it, and he placed us on earth in some way, then that means that a lot of our actions are already predetermined, right? Because how can God not control? How do we have agency if God placed us where we are? He has perfect foreknowledge of everything. How is it possible for mankind to have actual agency if that's the case? One of the answers to that actually comes from Justin Martyr, I believe. who talks about, yeah, God has perfect foreknowledge, but he doesn't judge us according to what we will do. He judges us according to our current status. So that's one answer. But another answer, I think, comes from LDS thought, and that is that God, while he does have perfect foreknowledge, we had agency before this life began, and so we chose, to some extent, where we would be born. We chose, perhaps, we chose what trials that we would face. We agreed to it, at least. God helped us determine that, I'm sure, with his perfect foreknowledge of what we needed to know and understand in this earth as we came here. But we agreed to it. And I believe that one of the ways that we can circumvent the problem of agency, if there is such a problem, is that we chose to come to earth, and we chose, to some extent, where we would go to fulfill the mission that we also determined with God that we would do. So those are some of my thoughts as I went to the temple. Oh, and then another thing that I thought about was how I thought about all sorts of things, didn't I? Another thought that I had was about how our bodies interact with revelation. A part of coming to earth is to learn how to receive revelation from God with a physical body. That's a part of it. It must be. In case, let me see if I've got here. Oh, totally used the wrong color. And my paints are dried out too, guys. Okay, I need some more paint. Hold on just a second, get some more paint. Oh, my paints are dried out. All right. Okay. Thank you for subscribing, Babs. I'm doing very well, thank you. All right, let's continue putting in our sketch here. All right, let's put some decorations on this armor down here. I'm trying to figure out what we should do down here. We should do a Tree of Life motif on this belt. Yeah, it's another thing that kept coming up in my mind as I was at the temple was It was Helaman chapter 1 and Doctrine and Covenants 24. And it became clear that it's becoming clear to me that the contention that we see right now in the world is leading to us being divided, which is exactly what Satan wants us to be. He wants us to be divided. It makes us easier to distract and to defeat, ultimately. So we have to stop it with the division and the contention. I like this head on his armor here on his stomach, because it's like it's like a egghead. It's like what's his name? Humpty Dumpty. That's right. I couldn't think of it. It's like Humpty Dumpty. Okay. All right, let's decorate this belt as well. We got to put something. I'm gonna put like little like beams coming off of this. That looks kind of like an Olmec head. That's good. That's what we want. I want it to be more like an Olmec head. Don't want it to be a Humpty Dumpty head. We have to give him a, you know, the appearance of like a Mesoamerican armor. So that's perfect. We have Olmec decoration. Okay. Then we're going to come back in here because the light is shining this way, so we have to make sure that all of these pieces that we've just drawn in have the light hitting it on that side of it, right? So we can have kind of realistic shading and stuff. You know, for the belt, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a simple kind of like square pattern along the perimeter of it, sort of Greek looking. Oh yeah, so the Millennial Messiah has already come in handy, you guys, as I've been researching for my episodes. I always appreciate the insights from Boyd K. Packer, or not Boyd K. Packer, Bruce R. McConkie, sorry. I appreciate his insights because he's very down to earth, but at the same time, I don't always agree with everything that he says. I think he's a good authoritative source, though, for sure. You know, we are in good company if we are following the words of the prophets. We don't have to agree with everything that they say, but I think it's good and wise to definitely take into heavier consideration what they have to say. Okay. And this is kind of like armor, so I want to do like dragon scales on this part down here, like overlapping. I messed up. Whoops. It's too dry, so it's like not spreading the paint. And so it's like all uneven now. Oh. I can wipe it off though, because guess what? It's oil paint. And just wipe it right off. But yeah, so what we discussed for the other day that I used as a reference, Bruce R. McConkie, it was, oh yes, it was today, actually, the episode that we posted today, that I did yesterday. But we talked about how the sign of the coming of the Son of Man, Bruce R. McConkie definitely seems to be of the opinion that it is Jesus Christ who is the sign of the coming of the Son of Man. I definitely agree with that. I just think there's a little bit more to that. In that same chapter, he also discussed a lot of different interesting things, like, for example, the different signs. Not only the sign of the coming of the Son of Man, that was an important one, but he discussed other things as well, such as like the sign of the rainbow. And I know that, I think it was Dustwave who brought that up last time, and he actually didn't say that it was because of the angle of the Earth that the rainbow would stop. That's not exactly what he said. He said something more to the effect of that the conditions of the Earth would change. So it kind of sounded to me like he was talking about, like, just generally that he kind of seemed to think that all of them were connected in some way. So like when it says that the Earth will be, like, there'll be earthquakes in diverse places, all the land masses will come together as one. You know, he seems to think that all of these are kind of connected. I might have to do an entire episode on to just dive into what he actually thought was the case. But that's what he seems to be saying. And so he seems to think that the second coming will usher in the, like, all these signs that are happening before the sign of the coming of the Son of Man. lead to the rainbow not appearing, because now the sun is covered, right? Now the moon is darkened. It's because the sun is covered and the moon is darkened. Obviously, there's not going to be any way that a rainbow can appear, right? That kind of seems to be what he is thinking. Maybe that was just my interpretation by the Spirit as I was reading it. I don't know. Maybe we're picking up some things by the Spirit. He talked about fires causing the moon to be turned to blood or have a red appearance. And he talked about how at the time that that book was written, none of those signs had actually occurred yet. So that actually is very interesting, because that does give us a good time frame for when the signs are supposed to happen. And then Gordon B. Hinckley did affirm in October of 2002, I think it was, the year after 9/11, that the prophecy of the moon turning to blood had been fulfilled. So Joel 2. So it's really interesting stuff to look at. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do like a dragon scale pattern, I guess, on this. So we're gonna just come in here. I'm gonna come in and put these like spearhead shaped patterns here. Just sketching in the shapes, right? Make sure my brush has got enough oil on it to spread the paint farther. Something that I've been meaning to ask you guys is the print too expensive on the website? That's a question that I wanted to ask you guys, because nobody has bought a print yet. And so I was just wondering, is that price too much? Do I need to, lower that price a little bit? I think that it is fair, but I don't know, maybe if the market is not, maybe that's not your priority. For example, if you think it's too expensive, let me know in the chat. I think we have it for $40. It is a poster size print. It is very high quality paper. I print it myself here using excellent ink. It's not a normal printer, it is a high quality printer. It has 16 different colors instead of just the 4 that your normal printer would have at home. It has 16 different cartridges. Each one of those cartridges are very expensive, as you can imagine. But yeah, just let me know. Yeah, we're having your input is desired. Yeah, there we go. Now we have dragon scales, you guys. Now let's come over here and make sure that we get it more or less paralleled, or like more or less the same on the other side. We don't want to, because like it's so easy, like once you get going, right, and then you wait a couple days or even a few minutes, and then you try to do the other side, and then it's not symmetrical, right? Or they don't look the same. So we're going to make sure that we get these looking the same. Oh, which reminds me, we also need to do the raffle for the art print. I keep on saying we're going to do the raffle, I just haven't had time to scan it and actually, because I want to show it to you, before we actually go ahead and do the raffle, because I want everybody to see it, what the raffle is all about, right? We'll do it. I'll try to do it tomorrow. Awesome. Okay. All right, let's jump in here and see what we got going on in the chat before we work more on the belt. Oh, I missed a lot of messages. Benjamin has joined us. Lindsay Black has joined us. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Arlene has joined us. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Lindsay says, the Tree of Life would be awesome. Yeah, I've just put a little tiny Tree of Life on his belt buckle. It's kind of a design. And then Charlene says, hello. Hello, Charlene. How are you? Got to take care of some things. All the best. Goodbye, LDS musician. We'll talk to you later. Benjamin says, howdy. Hi, Benjamin. How are you? The armor is looking pretty cool. I am kind of impressed by it so far. It will look even better once we start making it have more definition, right? Trish has joined us. Hi, Trish. How are you? Welcome, Trish. Gab says, how long has this taken so far? So far, it's been a few weeks. We've been working on it in the evening. We do a live stream every Monday through Thursday, and I think that we've been working on it for 3 weeks now, or two or 3 weeks. We started at the beginning of July, so it's been about 3 weeks. Lindsay says, oh, I think that Lindsay is asking me if I've read the entire series of the Millennial Messiah, which includes the Promised Messiah and all of that. I haven't read it, no. I haven't read all of it. I just use it as a reference material, so I kind of browse through and do searches in the index for things that I'm looking for. It's very dense. Like, the text is like single space, and it's very dense text, actually. It's very informative, but it's very, very dense. Benjamin says, I have a question for you, Lindsay. Are you related to Jerry V. Black in any way? Interesting. Okay. Lindsay says, hello, Ava. Jim, not that I'm aware. Benjamin says, I think that's just a conversation between Benjamin and Lindsay. And then Dustwave has joined us. Hi, Dustwave. How are you? I hope that you're doing fine. And I hope that Matt's doing fine, too. I haven't heard from Matt for a little bit. All right, we're gonna work on this down here a little bit more. I keep working on stuff up here, and I need to just add some additional decorations to this. Just gonna add lines, like sun rays coming off this dragon armor. Here, and do the same thing on this side. Okay, very Meso. But at the same time, it's its own thing, right? It's Mesoamerican inspired, but it's also sort of like Art Deco. I'm really liking this style. It's a unique Nephite style. It's a civilization that has been destroyed. And so there's elements, of course, that we haven't seen before, right? And there's Mesoamerican influence, but of course there's things that we haven't seen in it before, and that just gives us a lot of creativity as an artist to be able to create what we would like. Artists are deceivers. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Let's see, Dustwave has joined us, doing well. He says, I saw your post the other day, then realized it wasn't until the next day, but then I found it went live and I missed it because you had the wrong date. Yes, I know, I thought that was the case, Dustwave. I was like, oh no, I probably ruined it for him because he wanted to be in the chat. But I had it the wrong date, and then I just went ahead and changed it, and then I went back to the chat and I said, oh, sorry, I put the wrong date, but then I don't think you saw it, so... Well, obviously you didn't, because... But yeah, I tried to warn you. Sorry. Yeah. And now I've got a post scheduled for tomorrow as well, just so you know. That one is coming up. That one is accurately posted on the correct date. I'm just behind because I wasn't able to post on Monday because my internet speed was so slow for some reason all of a sudden. So I went ahead and just posted it for today, and then I used that advantage actually to go to the temple this morning because I didn't have to write anything super early. So that was a good thing. I was actually able to attend the temple and have a good time doing that. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that we've got like quite a lot of detail up here. Let's just start adding some structure. We're gonna see how much we can get done before our time is up, you guys. Somebody said the other day, the time just flies when we're doing this, and it's so true. It feels like we like barely just get started, and then like our alarm goes off, and we've been working for like more than an hour. I need to buy more yellow ochre. We're out of yellow ochre almost. That's the color we've been using for our beautiful gold and bronze sort of armor color. It's a very, very nice color. I'm gonna mix it with some white so we get a very light bronze, and we're gonna come in here and then kind of highlight where that sun is hitting all of these objects on his armor, because it's just flat right now, right? We've just come in and sketched it. It's very, very flat. It's almost like somebody just took a pencil, right, and just sketched on his armor. But now we're gonna come in and we're gonna give it some 3D effect with some of our light colored, our cream colored yellow ochre that I've just mixed with some white. We're gonna file that. I'm gonna twist the paintbrush into a nice thin point. We're gonna come in here. We're just gonna start. I might need to get a little bit lighter than that. It needs to be lighter. I'm gonna mix it with more white because it's not light enough. White, white, white. I'm really liking this music. It just adds to the atmosphere of the painting as we're painting it. Just going to come in here and going to cover over the dark line on this side, right? Just using it as kind of a guideline. You have to do it kind of carefully, though. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. Okay. I'm gonna come in here. Okay, there we go. Yes, very good. I probably should get like a rod or something to rest my hand on so I'm not putting it on the canvas itself. Trying to get these crescents perfectly rounded. And these circular bits are hard to do, especially if your paintbrush is starting to get frizzy. These little paintbrushes don't last long. I think I might need to get another paintbrush, just finer. Okay, let's take a break real fast. Oh, I gotta sit down. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Abinadi, Benjamin says, let me go up here just to see if I missed anything. Thank you, says, doing well. Hope all is great. Thank you, Trish. Yeah, everything's going pretty good. So says Trish, hi. Benjamin says, a really dirty-looking man once asked me where he could find a good bath. I told him he could turn to you, and you could draw him one. Okay, draw a bath. Okay. Hopefully not, but I understand what you mean. It's kind of funny. Becky S. Ways says, I'm wondering what favorite character from scriptures that people have here. I definitely love Captain Moroni, that's for sure. I definitely love Captain Moroni. I love the brother of Jared. I definitely love brother of Jared. One of my favorite is Ammon and King Lamoni. That's a good choice. Good choices. Benjamin says, since childhood, I've always dug Abinadi. Becky says, nice. I love King Lamoni as well. Benjamin says, Abinadi was a man who would just tell it like it is and not even flinch at death. Very true. I was typing that before I even saw your question, Becky. That's funny. Let's see. I said that Captain Moroni is my favorite, and so I would probably come back to watch when I can. Excellent. I definitely appreciate that. We're always happy to have people here in the chat. It just makes it more friendly and fun if everybody participates and has a great time doing it. Captain Scotty says Nephi and Ammon. Very good choices as well. I love all the Book of Mormon stories. I also love the people of Ammon and the Stripling Warriors. That's a very good choice, yes. Very good choices. You have a great painting of the Stripling Warriors in the temple. I quite enjoyed. So is there. Okay, let's get some of this paint. Here. Okay. Okay, excellent. I'm going to try to draw. I'm going to define this. So I want to work on this little head down here because I think that would be fun. Just to have a little Humpty Dumpty Olmec head down here. It's very stern. Hmm? It's like that's our alarm, people. Gonna have to wrap it up this evening. We're getting some definition in these decorations. Okay. All right, things are coming together. I definitely love Ammon too, you guys. Like, Ammon is such a good character. I just love that story. When they get together, you know, they meet up again after their missions, and Ammon's like, God is so great. And then they're like, I think you're boasting. Like, who said that? I can't remember. I think you're boasting. That's what somebody said. And he's like, I don't boast of myself, I boast of God. It's funny. So the other day I went to my grandparents' house, and we were picking up some potatoes, and we went out to one of their flower beds, and my grandparents were showing me some of their rocks that they had found, a petrified piece of wood. But he showed me all these rocks that he discovered, and I found in this flower bed, a stone that looked very, very similar to Joseph Smith's seer stone, the brown one. And so I had to pick it up. I told, we're going to polish this, and it's going to look really cool. And so I have it, and I'm polishing it. I thought that would be fun. Okay. We're going to have to work on his face as well. I've been trying to think of what expression or what kind of face I want Captain Moroni to have. I'm thinking about it for a while. All right, make sure to send in your final questions or comments. We're going to close this up for tonight. I hope you've all had a great evening this evening with us. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm just having a good time. Adding just a tiny highlight on these scales here. Okay. I keep on seeing things that I need to fix before we end. Okay, we'll work on this next time. All right, next time we're going to keep on working on this armor. This is looking pretty cool. I love that little face down there. That's coming along nicely. It's going to be fun. All right, you guys, let's end this live stream. All right. Okay. Lindsay says, polish up the seer stone. You can use it for the book of Revelation. Yeah, totally. Let's see what's going on. Ammon, yes, I love Ammon. Lindsay says, Trish says, Nephi, of course, King Benjamin. Dustwave says, how is everybody doing tonight? Lindsay Black says, I'm doing good. Glad there's a stream tonight. How are you? I'm doing fine too. Captain Scotty says, thanks, S. Painting is looking good. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see it. Tired, but glad I was able to catch the stream before bed. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are all here, even though you're so tired. I'm tired too. I'm going to go for a walk before bedtime, but I need the exercise. I need to get out, and then I'm going to go to bed. So tired. This one says, spiritual inspiration is so amazing. That's true. I definitely love inspiration. Yeah. Comes across Alma and all of them. Becky says that's cool. Polish up the seer stone. Yeah. That's what says the Holy Ghost works pretty good for that until we get one. Okay. It's true. All right. I wish everyone a good night. Rosa has joined us. Hi, Rosa. How are you? It's therapeutic watching you work. Thank you. You also, Scotty. And then Bab says, I don't know if you normally show us the whole thing at the end, but you can show us because I'm curious as to what it looks like so far. Absolutely. Let's do that before we end the live stream, you guys. I have to show you what it's looking. I can change the angle too, because you're kind of at a side angle. And so that makes it so that you can't really see because my chair is in the way. I'll change it so that you're more head on. first of all, and then we can zoom out. Get a better look at it. We're so cramped. I have like lights and everything. There we go. Now you can kind of see the whole thing. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna keep working on it. Polish things up quite a bit. I think the mezzo armor is gonna look pretty neat. Might have to straighten out some lines a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking the way it's looking so far. It's giving me Art Deco vibes and Mesoamerican vibes at the same time, which is exactly what we wanted. I think like this, I don't know if like it needs to be tilted more like parallel, but this is like a little bit slanted this way. We'll try to fix that. And it's coming along. All right, let's come back over here. All right, everyone, thank you guys for joining us. Before you go, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Just send a little in the comments, just put like a little heart, not in the chat, in the comments itself, and then just hit the like button so that this live stream gets shared to more people. Yeah, check out our website, risezion.org, for t-shirts, for prints of the artwork. Let me know what you think in the chat about that. And then oh yeah, like the music as well will be for sale. Dustwave's track here that we've been listening to this evening is for sale on the website. All right, well, good night, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. We'll see you next time, okay? All right, bye, Rosa.